school football tour kicks off July with the Myrtle Hawks. The Hawks finally have an entire season of division ball out of the way and now look to find more success this season. The Hawks are stop number 10 on the high school football tour.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour is brought to you by Itawamba Community College, Cannon Ford of Starkville, Monroe County Farm Bureau, Max South Broadband, and the Bank of Vernon.
Myrtle football finally has a full season of division play under the Hawks' belt, and a good one at that. The Hawks finishing the 2019 season with a 6-6 overall record.
So the first year in division was a big for them. They gained a lot of experience out of it, and we're hoping that just really kind of parlays over into this season.
Myrtle found success with an emphasis on defense. The Hawks picked up 4 of its 6 wins last season by only allowing 1 touchdown or less. That defensive pressure isn't something Myrtle plans to do away with anytime soon. The Hawks bring back nearly the entire team, only having lost a few players in the offseason.
A lot of games last year, I thought we played really well defensively. Early in division play, we did pretty well. Threw a few shutouts on the board, so I thought that was huge for us. So I think defense, for the most part, will be a strong suit, and then we're hoping that some new things we do on offense will help us out in those areas.
I think defense is the most important part. If we can stop them from getting another score, then that's what counts. The longer we can hold them off, the longer we have for our offense to go in there and get another win.
Myrtle is excited for more than just getting back on the field this season. After spending the previous season playing at the New Albany Sportsplex, the Hawks are finally getting their own field and their own turf to defend.
I think that's going to change a lot starting off, especially our drive. That's going to give us something to go for. I love the field, and it looks really beautiful out there. I'm ready to play on it.
It feels amazing. It feels like it was just another couple months. We're about to start hitting people again. It's really nice to finally have a football field.
The community has something that they can call their own now. The kids have something they can call their own. It was nice being able to play at the Sportsplex, and we appreciate them letting us do that for the time that we had it. But now having something on your own that they can really just, it's hard to put into words really what it really means to them. Just that feeling of knowing, this is your field and this is your home, and you just get to play on it for the first time.
The Hawks will get the chance to hit their own field for the first time, hosting Vardaman for the season opener on August 21st. With Myrtle on the high school football tour, Courtney Robb, WCBI Sports.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour with Myrtle High School is brought to you by JDS Wealth Strategies, BNA Bank, and St. James United Methodist Church.
Academy Week continues on the high school football tour. Our next stop checks in with the MAIS 5A reigning state champs, the Heritage Academy Patriots. Heritage might lose a lot of talent from its big senior class. However, head coach Sean Harrison says the Patriots have the talent to return to the title game once again. Heritage Academy is stop number 36 on the high school football tour.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour is brought to you by Itawamba Community College, Cannon Ford of Starkville, Monroe County Farm Bureau, Max South Broadband, and the Bank of Vernon.
2019 was a banner year for the Heritage Academy Patriots. An undefeated season capped off with the Patriots' first state title in 7 years. The question now is, can Heritage Academy have that same success in 2020?
We had a really talented senior class, but those guys are gone now, and we have a lot of young talent that would have played a lot of places last year. And so, really excited for those guys this year to get their opportunity. I think they're excited. I think they're tired of hearing about that senior class, and they're excited to get out there and show what they can do.
I think we just got to get closer and start playing together. We're really young right now.
Some big playmakers the Patriots will have to replace are wide receiver Jared Long, running back KJ Smith, and quarterback Carter Putt. All 3 combined for over 5,000 yards of the Patriots offense during the 2019 season.
You don't replace any of them. A special group, a lot of talent, but we've got a wonderful group to build around now, and that's the plan, is to go out and get these guys reps and watch them grow up over the next 3 years.
Just step up. First person to step up, just come harder, Same thing we did last year, but better.
However, Harrison remains impressed with his current group and will look to players such as wide receiver Wesley Miller, defensive lineman John Jackson, and sophomore Mac Howard, who stepped in as the Patriots' starting QB.
He's grown a lot, which was big. Put on some weight. He's throwing the ball great right now. His understanding of the offense has improved tremendously. And so, he's just making that jump from a ninth grader to a sophomore, and he's a little ahead of what I expected. So, really excited for that.
While this current Heritage Academy team has moved on from last year's championship victory, knowing how to win still proves to be beneficial.
These guys have gotten used to winning, and they understand that, we have some learning to do, but at the end of the day, we expect to go win every game we play.
A lot of pressure. A lot of people just coming after us, but we just want to do the same thing. Have fun, stick together, and play.
We just got to push everybody the hardest and make the young guys step up and do all we can do.
The Patriots begin the search for back-to-back state titles with the season opener against Jackson Prep on August 21st.
They be doing the same thing we did last year, but even better.
We plan on coming out with all we got.
With Heritage Academy on the high school football tour, Courtney Robb, WCBI Sports.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour with Heritage Academy is brought to you by Animal Clinic of Columbus, Venue 208 of Columbus, and JES Wealth Strategies. WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour is brought to you by Itawamba Community College, Cannon Ford of Starkville, Monroe County Farm Bureau, Max South Broadband, and the Bank of Vernon.
The Starkville Academy Volunteers have unfinished business to take care of in the 2020 season. The Volunteers made it to the 2019 5A state title game, however, came up short against arch rival Heritage Academy 55-10. Now, Starkville Academy is ready to return and bring a gold ball back home with them this time.
See a young group like last year with such seasoned seniors who've been around for so long and had won a championship in 17, those seniors are going to leave a huge legacy. They're going to leave a huge, they set the bar high, which is what every senior group should do, because we weren't supposed to win a game. We went from not winning a game to playing for a state championship. And that's what those seniors are going out do, and that's what the seniors coming in have to do. They have to set the bar higher and higher and higher. And the only way you're going to do that is through hard work and continue to get better every single day.
Now that a bunch of Nicholson's team has seen a state championship game, he says it makes it that much easier to find a way to return.
It's exciting for the young guys to get to experience that. It's exciting for our team to get to experience that, because you know what it tastes like. And anytime you can have that taste, you want to taste it again.
Well, some of the seniors in their freshman year made it to the state championship and they won. And us last year, we lost, so we know which one we want to do.
Although the Volunteers are eager for the taste of gold in their mouths, Nicholson said his team can't focus on a state championship appearance.
It's just going to be week to week, and we have to beat Lamar before we move into week 2. So we can't worry about who we're going to play, or we're going to play. If we start doing that, we're going to miss the moment, and that's how teams don't get back, when they focus on the end results and not how to get there. We know the path, what it looks like. We have no idea what path we're going to land on. We just know when we get on it what that looks like to get to a championship. We've got to find that path, and it starts with the first step at Lamar.
Don't look back, always look forward, and keep working.
Nicholson always stresses to his team a next man up mentality, saying the team's depth keeps the Volunteers competitive year after year.
But we don't ever rebuild. We're always reloading. That's just our mentality, because we want to be competitive immediately. We're not looking to take years off.
Yeah, we're not a team from last year. We have more talent. New players that come in and work every day.
Starkville Academy begins the road back to a state championship against Lamar on August 21st. With the Volunteers on the high school football tour, Courtney Robb, WCBI Sports.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour with Starkville Academy is brought to you by CB&S Bank of Starkville and Oktibbeha County Co-op.
There are 2 schools tied for the most state championships in Mississippi, South Panola and, you guessed it, West Point. The Green Wave entered 2020 fresh off a 4-peat with 11 state titles and have their sights set on yet another one. West Point is stop number 57 on the high school football tour.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour is brought to you by Itawamba Community College, Cannon Ford of Starkville, Monroe County Farm Bureau, Max South Broadband, and the Bank of Vernon.
The 4-peat is complete, and the drive for 5 begins. The West Point Green Wave secured a 4th straight state championship last season after defeating Picayune 38-26. Now the Green Wave look to join elite company as they try for a 5th consecutive title. The only school to ever accomplish that, South Panola.
Our players and our coaches as well know what's on our shoulders. We play for our community, our pride, and our school, and that's not going to change.
We go harder, because when everybody look up, we know we got to put on.
We got to give them. We got to keep them state championship rolled in.
The Green Wave have to replace key pieces from last season's backfield that featured Brandon Harris, Dantarius Cannon, and Jimothy Mays. But West Point has embraced and mastered the art of retooling year in and year out, a challenge that head coach Chris Chambliss uses to keep the team motivated.
It's a driving force for us to try to prove ourselves each year. I tell our seniors every year our expectations remain the same, the people change. So what are you going to do to lead our program in the right direction? Because we're going to go as our seniors go. If our seniors lead us in the right direction, then we're going to be okay.
We got a couple guys coming back, a couple guys that got to learn, but we're going to get there.
Despite the difficult off-season, Chambliss praises his senior group for their work in leading this team, a group that wasted no time in preparing for next season's grind.
Our leadership so far has been great. Even though it's been tough on them, it's been great, for them to lead us in the locker room, lead us on the field, lead us in the weight room. They've done a great job doing that.
Always grind. We grind. As soon as we get done with the season, we right back in the weight room. We're going for another one.
Winning a state championship, let alone a 5th straight, takes an incredible amount of dedication and pride. But if you ask anyone in the Green Wave's locker room, they'll tell you just how much winning means to them.
I think our guys are real passionate about carrying on the tradition and carrying the torch, so to speak, to into this season, and they really care about it. They've really been working hard, not only physically but mentally on their game as well this summer.
West Point going to play football regardless.
The chase for history starts September 4th with the road matchup against rival Starkville. With the Green Wave on the high school football tour, Chris Bolton, WCBI Sports.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour with West Point High School is brought to you by Medicomp Physical Therapy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we conclude the high school football tour with our final preview with the Columbus Falcons. The Falcons enter year 2 under head coach Josh Pulfus, ready to make some noise. The Columbus Falcons are stop number 60 on the high school football tour.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour is brought to you by Itawamba Community College, Cannon Ford of Starkville, Monroe County Farm Bureau, Max South Broadband, and the Bank of Vernon.
Expect excellence. That's our goal. We're not going to limit or saying we just want to make it to the playoffs or we just want to make it to the division tournament, the division championship or state championship. Our goal and our standards expect excellence.
That's the Columbus Falcons' approach as they work to soar above the competition this season. In year 1 for head coach Josh Pulfus, the Falcons went 4-7 following a winless 2018 season. Now entering year 2 under Pulfus, the foundation is set for them to continue improving, and it all starts with how the Falcons closed last season.
I was a third head coach in 3 years, so just getting them to trust me, getting them to buy in, that was one of the toughest things, but once the kids did it, we kind of went on a roll towards the end of the year.
A key point the coaching staff prioritized that's helped shift the culture is getting stronger in the weight room.
When we first got here, we wanted to put the emphasis on the weight room, and so that's one thing that they did. When they started buying in the weight room, buying in the lifting during the season, buying into extra conditioning during the season, just doing what it takes to win.
But we good on the defense side. We play physical on the offensive line, defensive line. Play physical front sound. I believe we can do something.
Pulfus says he's extremely proud of the work his team has put in this offseason, led by his senior class.
Our kids haven't complained. They came in, they work every day. So I just been proud of once again, my senior leadership. And my juniors just buying in and want to get that losing taste out their mouth, and coming in with great work ethic.
It's a team, and I want us to be one team, one heartbeat. I want to see all of us come as one and play as one instead of being, well, I wouldn't say it's hunger, but play as all together.
The Falcons compete in the difficult region in 5A, highlighted by the reigning state champs West Point, but Columbus looks forward to seeing what they can make happen on the gridiron this season.
We're just excited, ready to go out and play. Win, lose, or draw, we're just happy to kind of get back to some of normalcy, but we're just ready to see where the chips may fall.
I'm trying to make the play out. Cause we ain't made it in a long time, so I'm trying to get to the playoff.
Columbus travels to take on Louisville September 4th. With the Falcons on the high school football tour, Chris Bolton, WCBI Sports.